Genghis Khan is a name that sticks in the minds of people who have heard about his dangerous deeds. History books say that he was a cruel ruler who killed a lot of people in Asia and Eastern Europe. But Khan brought law and culture to Mongolia, and people in his home country think of him as a hero. His Mongolian Empire was also tolerant of different religions and races and respected women who led. So who was Genghis Khan, really? We'll talk about 9 interesting facts about him. Genghis wasn't his birth name. The story of the great Khan of the Mongols began along the banks of the Onon River in 1162. When he was born, he was given the name Temujin, which means blacksmith or of iron. Temujin got the name Genghis Khan when a clan meeting chose him to be the leader of the Mongols. The title Khan is usually given to a leader or boss, but scholars don't know where the name Genghis came from. Many people think it means ocean or rightful, but everyone agrees that it means supreme leader. He had a rough childhood. The young Khan didn't just wake up one day and find himself in charge of the Mongolian Empire. He used the skills he had learned when he was young to grow the group and make his people into an empire. When he was only 9 years old, enemy Tatars poisoned his father. After Temujin's father died, he and his family went through a lot of hard times that turned him into a fighter. His group left him and his family alone in the wild to try to make it on their own. There are also rumors that he killed his half-brother over a disagreement about food. Later in life, Genghis and his wife were taken by rival groups. He was forced to live as a slave, but he eventually broke free. Even so, by the time he was in his early 20s, he had proven himself to be a strong leader and a fierce fighter. He was able to unite the tribes of the Mongolian steppe under his flag, and he was ready to rule the whole area. His enemies became his confidants. Genghis Khan chose his generals based on their skills and abilities, not on who they were loyal to in the past or where they came from. One well-known time when this belief in equality was shown was during a fight against the Taijut clan in 1201. During the fight, Genghis was almost killed when a strike knocked his horse out from under him. Later, he asked the Taijut men to tell him who was to blame. One cop bravely stood up and said that he was the one who shot. Genghis was impressed by how serious the man was, so he made him an official in his army and later called him Yebe, which means bolt, to remember how they met on the front line. Jebe became, along with the well-known general Subutai, one of the most important Mongol field leaders during their wins in Asia and Europe. He never left a score unsettled. Even though Genghis Khan and his Mongol followers were incredibly cruel and violent, he usually gave those he met a calm chance to submit before attacking them, which usually didn't have any major negative effects. If they agreed to give up, their towns and villages would be saved, and no one would get hurt. If they turned down this deal, he would treat them very badly and not show any mercy. Genghis was responsible for the deaths of more than 40 million people. Genghis Khan is one of the most well-known people in history. He is either pictured as a cruel, all-conquering dictator or as a visionary leader whose ideas about change were very new at the time. During Genghis Khan's lifetime, about 40 million people are thought to have died in the wars he led. China lost tens of millions of people, if not more. During the war with the Khwarezmid Empire, he was responsible for killing 3/4 of all the people in Iran. About 11% of the world's population died because of the Mongol attacks. The great Khan was tolerant of other religions. Even though he was a follower of Tengrism, an old Central Asian religion based on shamanism, animism, and belief in the powers of nature, he didn't care what religion the people in his kingdom were. He often gave advice to Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Taoist, and other preachers, showing an interest in how their different faiths made them think, especially in his later years when he was well known. Genghis founded one of the first international postal systems. He also set up what we would call a world messenger service or postal service today. He called it the Yam. Under the Yam system, there were a huge number of post houses set up all over the area, where a tired rider could switch to a new horse. Using this method, messages and goods could be sent up to 200 miles away in a single day. This was also very helpful for getting the word out about social events and planning military tasks. We don't know how he died or where he was buried. Out of all the secrets about the Khan's life, maybe the most common one is about how it ended. Some historians say he died in 1227 from injuries he got when he fell off a horse. though different sources say that fever, malaria, and arrow wounds to the knee were to blame. Another, less reliable account says that he was killed when he tried to molest a Chinese woman. Many questions are left unanswered by the mystery, but the Great Khan could not escape death. He went to a lot of trouble to hide where he died and was buried. According to a story, his funeral procession killed everyone they met during their trip, and then they kept riding their horses over his grave to help hide it. The gravesite is probably close to a mountain in Mongolia called Burkhan Khaldun, but no one knows for sure where it is. The Soviets tried to snuff out Genghis Khan's memory in Mongolia. People think of Genghis Khan as a hero and the father of Mongolia. However, when the Soviet Union ruled Mongolia in the 20th century, it was illegal to even say his name. In order to get rid of any signs of Mongolian loyalty, the Soviets tried to bury the Khan's memory by taking his story out of the school curriculum and stopping people from going to Kenti, where he was born. Genghis Khan was finally put back into Mongolian history when the country got its freedom in the mid-1990s. Since then, he has become a common theme in everyday life. Even one of the most important airports in the country, in the city of Ulaanbaatar, was named after the Great Khan. Besides this, his picture is also on the money used in Mongolia. We hope you liked this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're a history addict, and please let us know about civilization or time period we should talk about. Also watch another video here.